Hey guys! Oh boy, do I have a lot to talk about in this stream. I have lots to tell you. Just gonna quickly show you my outfit though. So, I'm wearing leggings today. I'm gonna tell you all about what happened. I had a bad start to the day. It was horrible. I thought I could keep my temper, but it didn't quite work out that way. Got our first view. Hello. Don't know who it is. Oh, got 2 views. Yay. I'm just gonna wait till there's like people here engaged before I tell you about what happened. All the bad stuff that happened today. And all the good stuff too. And then all the creepy weird stuff that happened. So we had bad stuff, good stuff, and then creepy weird stuff that I'm gonna tell you about. And also I'll tell you about my plans for future videos for you guys to listen to. I got three views. What's up? Okay, so my main conversationer has come. Not many interact with me these days. Hello, Simon. Not many people interact, but I'm pleased to hear that one person is. So I'm going to tell you guys about all the bad stuff that happened today. The good stuff, and the in-between stuff, and the weird stuff, and the creepy stuff. So, first of all, I'm very thirsty because of what's happened. I've been drinking lots of water, I had a coffee, I had my Actimel, which I have every day. I'm going to go outside with the dog. He's anxious to go out. He's been out about 4 times today already. Which is cool. Still anxious today for some reason. Come on then. I've been training him to not just come when we go through the door. Or at least when I go through the door. Because he used to get so excited that if you went through the door when he was expecting to go out, he would... you know, go to follow you even if you weren't going out. So I've trained him not to do that. I've trained him to only come when called. Sit down. You know when I say come. Again, sit down. And he's 13 years old. I've been training him to sit for his whole life and he still hesitates. Stay. He still doesn't know how to bring the ball. He still doesn't know how to freaking sit and stay. I mean, he does know to do it. He's just stubborn. Or in pain or something. I don't know. In pain. He struggles to sit down. Most of the time, he just doesn't even attempt to. Okay. Going out for the 50 millionth time today. At least I think so. My mum took him out twice. And then she took him out when I went to Morrison's. And now, so yeah, I think he's been about 4 times today, and he'll go out later on after dinner because I always take him out at the night time now after dinner, which is like I take him out about it's supposed to be 8 o'clock, but it always ends up 9 o'clock. Have my tea. I'm just getting prepared before I tell you guys the story of what happened. I know I need to find better titles for these bloody videos. Like I say, when I've covered all this, I'll probably rename the stream to something else. Like more appropriate. So once upon a time, I woke up today more earlier than usual, and I was in a good mood. I was very happy. I felt like I could take on the world. I felt like quite, you know, confident and quite like go get 'em and all that sort of stuff. And I hadn't even had coffee or caffeine, and I felt like all hyped up, like I could. Like I was ready for people being an asshole. Like if I had to, I would beat them up. Not literally, but you know, I give it large. Because anybody who knows me, especially my mum will say this all the time, that I'm all talk and no action. Like if people, you know, in real life, that is, not on here. I mean, people, if people are like a shit to me online, I'll give it large. But in real life, I kind of, if it's a stranger and you know, they're a pain in the ass, unless they come at me being nasty, like as you saw with that woman who tried to cut in front of me, I don't say anything because I'm kind of like, it's kind of like a bit weird. Like I come across like I'm dead confident, but when I'm out and about and having to deal with strangers, I'll just sort of be like, I don't really want to say anything and make a scene. I'm quite... okay, thank you. Like, even I get embarrassed by that stuff, so... I'm learning to try and control that and try and make a scene if I have to. But... so before I get into it, I just want to let you know that I have started mewing. Give it. For those of you who don't know what mewing is, you probably think it's like me going mew. No, it's the cutest thing. It's a thing that corrects your face, your teeth, and your overall face, apparently, to make you even more good looking. It's called mewing. It's the cutest thing. I just found out about it last night, and so if you've got an ugly face, if you've got like a jaw that goes in like this, or you've got a big nose, you can correct that. It's so cool. All you have to do is go like this. And the more you do that, it will just correct itself. Like if you're one of those turtle chin people, like that woman from Coronation Street. What's she called? The one with the huge hair that looks like a freaking turtle. Like if I look like her, I'd want to know about the mewing. So anyway, so I was quite confident because I'd learnt this mewing technique and I thought I'm going to try it today. So I've been trying it. I think it's working already. My chin is like, hey, like I used to go like this, but now I'm like this. So it's been working already. So anybody who wants to do it, they can do. And also if you hate your nose, you can correct that too with this mewing. But I don't know how that works. And no, just simple things like if you've got a hooked nose like that, or a really long nose, you can correct it just by going like this, like all the time. I've been doing that for years actually. But yeah, so I learnt that. So I was quite happy today. Like I say, I was thinking about that and I was thinking about stuff, like all the stuff I'd learnt from YouTube videos and stuff just recently. And I went, so like I say, I started out really happy, really energetic, like the first time in a long time, because normally when I wake up I'm like, I am half dead. I am brain dead. Like for several hours after I've gotten up. And then it's usually by the night time that I'm like, well, hey. Not yesterday though, because I felt like shit, but the day before I was like, well, hey. Like at the night time. Like I say, a bit too late then, but yeah. So I usually end up like, well, hey, at the night time. But today I woke up, well, hey. Like I could take on the world, like I say, quite confident, quite happy. And then my mum came in showing me a letter from, can't tell you who because they'll come and start shouting at me again. But it's the kind of people that when you complain to them, they send you letters and they say you've got to do this and that and the other or you will be fine. Because we own everything. Heil Hitler! They're like that. You know the people. You know them. The Heil Hitler people. You know the people that people think that were out of the Hitler era, but really were kind of in the same era. But instead it's little Hitlers, it's little bodies of people that control everything. It's them people. Okay, but I didn't mention the name because they'll come at me like, oh, she's ranting about us on YouTube now. Ooh. And you know, you're not allowed to say out about them. You're not allowed to say bad things about them. Like I say, it's the Hitler state. It's the Korea, the South, is it North Korea or South Korea? Whatever Korea it is, where it's the Kim Jong-un and everything. It's that shit. Are they green? I don't know. I know their logo is blue and green, but that's just this area's Heil Hitler state people. But anyway, they're responsible for if you have trees overhanging and they come to you and they're like, well, you'd better do something about it or else we'll gas you and we'll hang you. You know, those people. Anyway, so I'm exaggerating, of course, but they'll fine you anyway. I know, I'm not going to say anything else. Anyway, so a letter from those people came through today with pictures attached, lovely, beautiful pictures of the trees overhanging and sticking out. We've got a big old bush, it's like an ivy bush thing, crawling up. And Just in case they watch this, you're great people. We love you. They're okay, really. I mean, you know, it's the people who complain to them. They're the jerks, guys. They're the jerks. The actual people are just doing their jobs, but like it's the neighbours, you know. And I don't give a flying shit if the neighbours see this, because I want them to know exactly what we think of them, because they are just, like I say, they've been complaining about us to the lovely people for quite some years. We've had the animal ones round, we've had the child ones round, we've had the education ones round, all of those type of people. We've had it all the authoritative lovely people we've had, because of these lovely people that surround our neighbourhood, that love us so much that they can't keep their blabbing little mouths shut before they come and get to know us. But don't worry, because I have a plan. One day when I'm rich, which I'm intending to do, I'm going to buy this area and everyone will have to answer to me. They will all pay in some way. And don't worry, I'm not going to kill them or anything. It's not going to be like that. But, you know, they'll pay somehow for how they treated us. Me and my mum have been treated abysmally over the years, I'm telling you. And people think like I'm a shouting crazy person, but you don't know the fucking half of what we've gone through around here. And I'm only just speaking out now, so it seems like it's a cushy situation, but I'm just speaking out now because, like I say, I'm more loud and I'm more confident than I used to be. So like I say, because you know, I was like, obviously it's all started when I was a kid, so I just like sat and take it because I'm just a, you know, I was just a kid, so, you know, you don't have like thoughts and opinions about this shit. I mean, I thought it was horrible what they were doing, but I wasn't like confident enough to sort of say stuff like this. So about time, let it rip. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, like I say, I've told you probably half of the shit that we've been through around here. Like I say, the education people, the animal people. Woo! Sorry, the dog got confused, so I had to make a noise to let him know I flung bald. Anyway, so that was the first straw. And now this is a story from another time, but I'm going to try and get you through it quickly. So Saturday night, I took him out, you know, the garden, like always, about 9:30ish. Yeah. I went to the wall and some man was coming that I've spoken to before. He lives on that street over there. We'll call it North Street. Yeah. So he lives on North Street. It's not really called North Street, by the way. I'm just giving you a fake name. So he lives on North Street. And he comes around here often with his dog. In fact, the dog's been barking on live stream. A lot, probably. It's like constantly barking. It's a little West Highland Terrier little thing that's always barking. And he came past and we had he spotted me, and I was trying to get away because I don't really want to talk to him. He's a bit... Anyway, so he spotted me and said hi, and then he kind of like got into a conversation and he started going on about my personal life for some reason. Like he's never done that before. And then he started going about the fucking trees. He started going, oh, these trees are big, aren't they? I could be doing with that, you should get rid of them. I could be doing with that, they're blocking the light out. And he was like going on with himself. And then he started going on about the wall being cracked. And I said, oh yes, it's because the kids keep climbing on them and breaking the... making the wall bow. And he was like, oh no, it's the trees. They grow and they lean against it. And he was like that. And I was like, no, the trees are like nowhere fucking near the wall. Fuck off. It's my property, it's not your property. You could do what the fuck you like with your property. This is my property. We get told, like for years, my mum has been told what she should and shouldn't do with this property, like mow your lawn. Would they say this to a man? No, they wouldn't. If a man was living here, they wouldn't say out, would they? They wouldn't complain about the trees. They wouldn't complain about the fucking lawn and, oh, you should tidy your garden up. Like, we get loads of people saying that. You should we got kids. Bloody cheek. They was like, don't you think you should tidy your garden? And I was like, don't you think you should go home and lock yourselves in the fucking basement where you belong? It's like, the cheek, they're telling an adult. My mum, by the way, this is who they they were telling my mum, an adult, don't you think you should tidy your garden? And I'm like, excuse me? Like, I wish I was there. I wasn't there that day. My mum was, this was back when she was able-bodied, by the way. She went to the gate, and that's where they were like talking to her for some reason. Like, she was just probably chopping something, you know, chopping some, you know, nettles or something. And they came past and they started talking to her and said, don't you think you should tidy your garden? I thought, I wish I was there. I wish, because I would have said, don't you think you should mind your own business? Jeez. Yeah, basement, that's where they, but not the basement. Fecking hell, that's where they belong. Anyway, so, the basement is sort of halfway to hell, I suppose. So yeah, that's right. Anyway, so my mum gets grown men, little children, even a woman, saying that we should move. We should let children come and play in our garden. We should mow the lawn. We should cut the trees. We should do this. We should do that. And oh, don't you think you should sell it? Oh, it would, you know, lots of land. You could fucking put buildings on it. Fucking flats or something. I'm like, don't you think, like I say, you should mind your own business. It's our house. We quite like it as it is. And we're not going to ruin this beautiful place just because you can't stand it being here, because you don't have it, you don't own it. My mum's like, why do men all want to tear down such beautiful properties and beautiful land to build fucking houses on? That's all men care about is money. All men care about is money. And freaking, we must develop everything. We must take the tiniest grain of fucking grass and build a fucking house on it. That's what men are like. And the women, they're just jealous and they're all like, don't you think you should downsize? Don't you think you should downsize? Don't you think... I'm also like, no. Don't you think you should do something? My mum's like, when they start talking about mowing the lawn and tidying the garden, my mum's all like, well, why don't you come and bring your tools then? Why do you bring your lawnmower and do it for us then? That's what my mum says. Let's see what people have said. Tell him to keep his beak out. Anyway, I think it's because of him that, because it seemed funny that he starts going on about the trees, and then today we've received a letter with photos and everything about the trees. Like, we've not had a complaint for years about the trees. Like, they've been overhanging for quite a long time, like all this year, all winter, all last year, and we've had no complaints, not even by Miss Nosy over there, who's usually complaining about the fecking trees, but she's moved anyway, so that's good. Got a nice lady there now, so when I say all the neighbours are bad, they're not all bad, but they're not great. Did she get any takers? No. Like, putting them in the place. Rubberneckers. I don't know what that means. And money, or isn't there a public park these people can go visit? Yeah. Not close enough in the basement, love it. Yeah. Why tell him to? Yes, raise the taxes. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll do something. Like when like I say, when they want stuff, they'll have to come to me for it, and it'll be like, yeah. So hopefully I can buy out the council and everything, and then I would be the boss. Yeah. So fingers crossed that that happens one day. Even if I'm 50, I don't give a shit. If I'm 50 or 60 and that happens, that would be fine for me. I'll like I say, I'm keeping a mental note. I write stuff down all the time on my phone, in my diary, everything, all the things that people do to me. It's like Sheldon and his what is it, his enemy list or whatever, his arch nemesis list or whatever. I like that kind of thing. Yeah, I do. A lot of people do. A lot of people remember everything bad that has ever happened and who caused it, so don't worry. It's useful information. It's not crazy. It's useful information for if ever an incident happens with those people. You can like bring everything up. Oh, I've got loads of enemies. I've got more enemies than friends, I'm telling you. Anyway, so I'll tell you about one of the other enemies in a bit. And it's someone that I talked about in my last stream as it happens. But I'm going to get more into detail about it. So anyway, so I decided I would complain about this letter and shit. Because, to be honest with you, there's loads of places around here, including next door, by the way, the vicar's house, that have overhanging trees and nobody complains about them. That's what pissed me off. Like, I understand that it's not good, these trees being hanging over. Like, I get it. But first of all, these passers-by, these pedestrians, they could walk on the other side, first of all. But secondly, because I do understand and I have every intention of cutting the trees back. Obviously I can't cut them because I can't go up ladders and do it myself, so I have every intention of just cutting them back from the wall and, you know, making sure they're not like in people's faces, like three. I mean, you have to be tall really to get caught up in them, really. But anyway, there's loads of places around this area. That place over there is one of them. It's a retirement house, I think. The Reverend's next door. The canal. A road along the canal. They all have overhanging nettles. Not trees, nettles. And you have to actually literally go out into the road. I have had to do that many times. I've had to go out into the road to avoid these fucking nettles. They're like this. You can't go under them because they're down here. And up here, they're like everywhere. So I have to be like, yeah, I'm going to have to go into the road. Brilliant. And that's a road leading to the canal. I think it's called Wharf Street. Like, I don't care you knowing about that one. It's kind of further away. So, Wharf Street, yeah. So, yeah, I think it's Wharf Street. It's kind of like round a bend and there was like a load of nettles sticking out from somebody's property. Nobody complains, nobody gives a shit about that. In fact, I think it might be a council-owned place. I'm not really like 100% sure who owns that place, but it's the property and it's somebody's. It might be a commercial property or some kind of business or something. Lots of people complain about them, by the way, on this site that I'm about to tell you about. It's the Facebook page for my area, for my local area, which I'm not going to disclose. So a lot of people complain about all the shit that's going on about it, but obviously no one's doing any shit about it, so I'm also raising the roof about it too. But like I say, there's loads of properties whose trees or nettles or bushes or whatever hang over, and nobody complains. No neighbours complain about it. The local people don't complain about that. Nobody gives a shit. But when it comes to oozicles, that's us in my icicle language, when it comes to oozicles, me and my mum and this house, everybody in the universe is going to complain about us because they jealous because we live here and they don't. And I'm like, is it our fault that we live where we live and you live where you live? You can't get upset with someone because they live where they live. It's like when we moved in, we didn't think, you know what, we're going to move in here and we're going to be like rubbing it in your face. You know, it's not like we did that, is it? My mum and dad happened to be rich when we moved here and we purchased this place for a steal at the time. And they just like get jealous, and it's like, well, if you want, because you know they all want to have big house, like jealous that you don't have a big house. Like, I'm not being arrogant when I say this. I'm just saying that is the facts. That is the truth. They're upset that we live here. We're just normal folk. Like, they'd be okay with it if we were a lord or lady or a reverend or, you know, somebody in power. They'd be fine with us living here. But because we're average Joes, they can't fucking stand it that we live here. So do you know what I'd say to them? I'd say, well, if you want a big house so much you can't stand us living here, why don't you move? Instead of telling us to move, right? Why don't you move and go buy a fucking big house? If you can't stand the fact that we live here in a big house and you don't, why don't you go and fucking buy a big... They're not that expensive. You can get fixer-uppers for a steal. That's what we got. We got a fixer-upper for a steal, right? These people are richer than we are. They have about 50 jobs. They have 10 cars for between like 2 or 3 people. I've seen the cars around here on the main road over there. This is supposedly a poor neighbourhood. On the main road, there's a fancy cars all practically lined up along the main road. You're not telling me these people are poor. You're not telling me that these people are poor. Like, we're probably the poorest fecking people, because they've all got like 50 million paying jobs. They've got like, you know, they're like that guy over there, and like I say, they've got a pool, they've got like 2 cars, and I'm sure when their kid grows up that she'll have a car and all. I'm sure she'll have a pony one day and everything. You know, they've got it fecking all. Like, you can't be jealous of us. Just go somewhere else and buy a big house. There's plenty of them on the main road. Go buy one of them. You know, that's what I say. Do you know what? There's a big house just like this one. It's set back a little, not as much as this, but it's set back. It looks a bit, you know, it looks a bit derelict. There is someone lives there. I bet they don't get any problems. It's us for some unknown reason. I don't know why. But they're fine. I mean, like I say, there's about 3 big houses on the main road over there. Trying to make up a name for that. I'm going to call it Ashton Street. So on Ashton Street there's about 3 big houses. They don't get harassed. They're fine. But for some reason we do. And it's like, what the fuck's your problem with me? Or my mum? Or both? I've seen there are some nice cars on the streets. I wish you could have seen the ones today. Like, you've seen the regular nice cars. What I call, it's just the new cars, but they're nothing special. These are proper fancy, like, you know, the type that these stately cars. They're like them. Black, proper fancy freaking Bentleys and not classic cars, but the sort of, they look very fancy anyway. They're like practically a limousine type ones. Like, they're not these white silly looking things that you see that are brand new. They're not them sort. They're like the proper, like, oh, I am a big fancy businessman sort of cars. That's what I saw today, 2 of the damn things. I'm like, oh, poor are we round here? I don't think so. Like, you know those hooligans that live down the other end of this street? They're richer than they make out as well. They've got 3 Persian cats that cost about 500 quid a piece. Unless they stole the fuckers, nothing wrong with them, they're fine. How I know that? Because we rescued one of them, and they gave us a fucking hard time because we had their cat. Because we rescued it. When we found it, it had fleas, it was scruffy, it was scared, it was malnourished. When we had it for about a few weeks, it was fluffy again, it had been taken care of, no fleas. They gave us a hard time because they were convinced that we stole the fucker from them. We tried many times to explain to them we rescued it, and we didn't know who it belonged to, and we were trying to find out who it belonged to. My mum had made an appointment with the vet to see its microchip, to see if it had been microchipped and see who it belonged to. But they couldn't wait. They came round here, gave us a hard time, came in through the fence panels with baseball bats and hoodies on, gave us a hard time all day, stoned me. I got hit in the neck, Mum got hit in the face. She broke down crying in the end. We had to call the police, which was what they wanted. As soon as the police came, they were on their fucking side. And they said, you know what, just give them back the cat. I thought, oh yes, who cares that they came in, scared my mum to death with baseball bats? Yeah, that's brilliant. Oh, that was many years ago. I was about 17 or 18 or something. But still, say, it all goes up here, it all goes in there. I write about this shit. It's all in my diaries, like from the time. I've been writing diaries since I was like, whenever I got my first diary, like 9 or some shit. And I've been writing almost constantly ever since then. I've been writing constantly since I was about 15 or 16, but on and off before then. So I've got everything. If you want my autobiography, I'll be writing one because I've got my life story in there. I've got it all down on my diaries. So if you guys ever want to forget my... Yeah, you forget little details, so I've just written some stuff down for the details, but yeah, I've got everything to be able to write an autobiography, so I'll be writing that soon. Probably not yet, but I will eventually write it. My mum's writing hers. Like, we're going to tell our story, don't worry, everyone. Come on, JD, what are you doing? Why are you just standing there, love? We're going to be writing everything. The world will know what we had to go through all these years. And hopefully they'll all regret it We want to make them feel bad for what they did. So, how long ago was this? Need a lot of food and treats. Could be nicked, but still expensive. I don't know what that means. I've seen there are some, yeah. So everybody else is fucked off now because I'm just ranting about stuff. I've got one person left. It says I've got 3 people, but I can only see 1 so far. The rest are probably just perverts expecting to see my belly or some shit. Yeah, we're down to 1 now. So that's probably BJC. And that's the last person. Got 1 freaking like. Oh yeah, 1 view. I'm not finished yet, by the way, but thanks for fucking off, all you 9 people that were here a minute ago. Thanks for not hearing me out. Most appreciated. Thanks for the support, not. Yeah, I've got like 1 person supporting me now. Anyway, so hopefully people will see this later. I'm going to make a proper video about this, like at some point. So I just cover 1 story at a time, so they're shorter, hopefully, and people will just watch them. Like even people who are not currently fans, like normal people as I call them. Just like, you know, non-weight gain people, just like normal people who just see them. Anyway, so... I don't know how that is. I don't know what that is, but I'm about to lose battery here, so I might lose this stream. So I've just got to quickly cover the rest of this story. So yeah. So I went on. I complained about this on the town of mine Facebook page, where a lot of people, like I say, complain about this stuff, right? And excuse me. Please don't let me lose this. Anyway, so I decided to scroll down, just casually reading stuff. I commented asking a simple question on somebody's post. Someone going on about wanting a tan. Yeah, in the coronavirus era, and all you can focus on is wanting a tan. Yeah, that's important. Anyway, so I said, there's nothing wrong. I said, what's wrong with being pale? Because this person's like, oh, I'm pale as fuck. Ugh, I'm all pasty and ugh. And this other person was like calling them pasty and stuff. And I was like, excuse me, I'm pale. Is there something wrong with being pale? I was all like, I mean, I wasn't like that. I didn't like do an attitude. I just said, like, very simply, inoffensive, what's wrong with being pale? Like, I'm pale. I'm proud to be pale. I know it's not allowed to be white at the moment. It's not the trend to be white because we're evil, nasty people. But I'm like, ugh. So the original person who made the thing was all nice, saying, "Oh, it's just that, you know, I look a bit sickly when I'm pale, and I look fatter when I'm pale." Don't know how you can look fatter when you're pale, but okay. But that's fine. She was lovely. She was nice. She was fine. Her friend fucking posted, I'm gonna call her out, Zoe she's called. Zoe came on and was like, yeah. Oh, what was it she said now? It was, I got the screenshots and everything, and I posted it on my Facebook. The screenshots of this arsehole. She called me all the names under the sun. She called me weird, she called me odd, she called me strange. It was like, I was asking a simple question. Okay. So I was like, no need to get so salty. I was just asking a simple question. And she was all like, we're friends. Go crawl back into your box. What's wrong with you? That's what she said. So I said, what's wrong with you? Like, I was asking a simple question, what's wrong with being pale? And they were all like, she called me odd. And of course, her friends, they were nicer to me, but they didn't defend me. It was just like, they kind of just had a laugh with her and sort of reacted to her replies, like as if they found it funny. And they were all like, you know, posting laughy faces and stuff to each other. And like, her friends kind of pointed out some of the things that this Zoe person called me, like oddball and stuff like that, with like lots of laughy faces. And I'm like, oh, thanks for defending me. you guys have been great, but you know, thanks for defending me. Like, they didn't have to be nasty to their friend. I mean, I know they're all friends because of course everybody's friends except me. I'm the outcast. They're all little cliques and everything. You know, they got their little cliques and inside jokes and everything. I'm on the outside and shit. I know that they're friends, but they could just say in a diplomatic way, look, you know, Rosie just asked a simple question, you know, just cool it a bit. There's no need to call her an oddball. You know, they could just be nice and just say that, but no, it's like, oh, oddball, and it's like, oh, they're all like bantering, you know, back and forth with each other, and like, oh, thanks. I just come across like a jerk now. And she's just, you know, the funny friend, like, oh yeah, I'm the big I am because I insulted this, you know, this outcast that nobody likes. Like, you think are you a big person or something? Does that make you feel like a big wonderful person because you've told this pasty-faced oddball, as you called her, you know, all this stuff, and you put me in my I've been put in my place now. Do you know what, guys? I've been put in my place now. But don't worry. If I see, because do you know what? I didn't see it first. They were young people. I should have known. It's always young people that have to be shitty with me. Like if I'd have said that, you know, to older people, they would have been fine with me. But because it was young people, of course they have to get fucking shitty with me, don't they? Because the young people hate me for some reason. I don't know why. It doesn't matter whether they're normal people or whether they're like, you know, like my type of person, like, you know, like a bit, you know, like different. They hate me. Unless they're downright retarded, people hate me. Like, I'm not saying anything about you guys. You guys are just like the exception. I'm talking about like people in person. Like, these people live around my area clearly because they're in the town Facebook page. But all the people around here, around my age group, a bit younger, they hate me for some reason. I don't know why. Just like I say, it doesn't matter if they're goths, anything like that. Doesn't matter. They all hate me. Doesn't matter if they're normal, clicky scumbags. Anyway, so yeah, so it's probably what it is. It's where I live, innit? Like, it's not, again, it's not my fault I live here, but anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so because like I say, I couldn't really tell. I mean, to be honest with you, that Zoe's. Shut up! That Zoe's picture made her look like she was a 40-year-old woman. So to be honest with you, I didn't think anything of it. The other young person's picture was like far away, so I couldn't tell if she was young or old. Until like I decided to go in and look at their pictures properly, just to. And when I went into them properly, I saw that they were actually young people. I was like, oh shit, yeah, right, it's my fault. I shouldn't have said anything. It's like, oh yeah, it's my bad. I know that just breathing offends these fucking privileged people, you know, these fucking entitled fucking millennial people. I know I'm technically a millennial, but I don't even live on the same planet as they don't live on the same planet as me. I don't live on the same planet as them. Hence why they can't stand me, because, you know, like I say, I'm the alien. As far as these people are concerned, I'm just a fucking alien. So, but to me, they're the fucking aliens. So, because I don't understand them. Like, they were all insulting each other. Like, I don't get this when friends are insulting each other, calling each other bitch and cunt and stuff like that. Sorry, I shouldn't say that word, but the C word, sorry. Sorry, YouTube, please don't get rid of my video or demonetize it. I'm so sorry. Shit, I shouldn't have said that. I can't say shit either. It can say crap apparently, but I can't say shit. Stupid. That's a video for another day. But yeah, I'm not allowed to. You're not allowed to say even the word vegetarian. And me too. You can't say that. Okay. But anyway, so I have actually got a video lined up for that one. But yeah, but they might need to monotonize it, mightn't they? Like, I've noticed my live streams are monotonized. Monopoly. I can never say it. I love it. I like my word for it though. So anyway, so yeah, so I didn't know that you can monopolize streams. Yeah, I've actually monotonized myself by going and watching my own live streams. and I'll get an advert and I'm like, oh yay, I'm giving myself money, I'm watching my own videos and getting an advert. So I just watch all the adverts because I'm like, yay, I can get money, I can give myself money. So at least I think I'm still getting money. I have no clue. I've not been in my AdWords or whatever for like a million years. I have no idea how you get the monopoly I can't say it. Monopoly money. Set up a loop on the laptop. Yeah, I hope it works. That'd be so cool. I could get rich that way. So anyway, you guys realize now I have to get rich as soon as possible. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna do anything really bad, by the way, but like I say, I'll just be my little way. Like I say, if I'm in charge. I want to have some clout one day around here. I want to be a somebody, be an authority figure. Like I say, so I can lord it over these rapscallions. The woman over there's fine. She's fine. She's alright. She's alright. So it's the odd ones I won't lord it over, but like some people I will be doing. And nobody will bother me ever again. Oh dear God. It's got to be a position where I don't have to deal with anybody. Where I can live up in my huge mansion and everybody else has to do everything for me. I won't be dealing with anybody. Like I say, when I turn this place, if I turn this place into a hotel like my plan, other people are going to be running it. I'm going to be up in my mansion in freaking Germany, because that's where I want to be. So, or Scandinavia or Finland, my native country. I'm going to be living in my native country, not here. Oh good God, if I see the back of this, it'll be too soon. It'll be like, ah yeah, I'm never coming back here. Finland is beautiful. Ah yeah, I bet it is. So yeah, Germany, Finland. In fact, I might get a house in Finland and I might get a house in Germany. Possibly. Or buy a house in one of those places, but sort of, you know, like holiday in the other place. Wherever I decide to settle down, the other place will be where I holiday often. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Like I say, I'll be 50 or 60 when this happens, but one day, hopefully it'll happen. Would you like to go next year? Yeah. Like I say, when... Not gonna say it. Because it's morbid. Not gonna say it. Whew. So, so yes, that's my plan. So remember, you do. But hopefully that will happen for a very long time. So unfortunately that means I have to wait a long time. But I'm not wishing for things to happen before their time, just so that I can go off here, there and everywhere. So yeah. So I mean, I'm a carer for my mum, so I can't go travelling, can I? She doesn't like going abroad. She doesn't like abroad. She likes here. I would love to. Like I say, I'd like to have the freedom all these other people do. All the other people in the universe. All the other young people my age, you know, they're getting to go here, there, everywhere. They get to go pubbing, clubbing, partying, going to conventions, going to music festivals and shit, but like I say, it's my situation, my circumstances, I just can't do fuck all. Unless my mum changes her mind about getting a professional carer in to look after her while I go here, there and everywhere, it's just not going to happen. And she doesn't like the thought of that, really. You know, people coming in and stealing our stuff and abusing her. She's heard stories, you know, she's heard the stories about going to old folks' homes, daycare things, carers coming in, stealing, abusing, whatever. You know, she doesn't really fancy that. She'd rather, you know, because she trusts me, she likes me. She doesn't know the other people, so... Like, oh, by the way, you guys can blame that on my family. If they hadn't abandoned us, if we had a family still, they'd probably, you know, babysit her, or they'd take me, you know, so I don't have to go alone. So it's like, you know, if, like I say, if the family is stuck around instead of fucking abandoning us, she'd be fine. Like I say, golden. It's their fault I can't go fuck all anywhere. By the way, they all think she's a tyrant. They all think that I'm so badly done to because my mum doesn't let me do things. I'm like, oh, she keeps me trapped here. I'm like, no, actually, it's not her fault I'm trapped here. It's your fault for not being around. And I'm not abandoning my mum, leaving her with nobody, just because everybody else has decided they're going to fuck off. I'm all she's got, so, I have to stick around, don't I, Like I say, I'm not really obliged to, but you know what I mean. It's like, it makes it sound like I'm just staying here out of kindness, but it's like, ugh, you know what? It's all their fault. So they think, you know what, my family, and probably a lot of the neighbours around here think I'm so badly done to. They think my mum's a tyrant. I'm like Cinderella being trapped, in here by my evil stepmother or whatever, or evil mother in this sense. They all do. I heard them. There was kids going past the gate a while back, and I could hear they were looking in, and they were like, oh, it's like Cinderella. She's like Cinderella. I'm like, no, actually, but. But yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. 1 minute, I don't know what I was going to say. I was saying it before. Like I say, I was thinking about what I was going to say before I did the stream. Yeah, so they think I'm so badly done to, but they don't realise they're part of the problem. Again, if the neighbours might think I'm badly done to, but they add to the problem by giving a shit. The family have fucked off. So if they think my mum is so bad, why didn't they stick around to make sure I'm okay? They didn't. They fucked off. They not only left my mum and abandoned her thinking she's an evil stepmother, they also abandoned me. So if I'm so badly done to, why didn't they stick around to make sure I was okay? They didn't. They've left me with my evil stepmother. So I don't exactly blame my mum, I blame them. Can you see what I mean? Look, my mum constantly thinks that I'm punishing her and I'm blaming her for what's happened. Actually, I don't. I blame the right people. The right people is, like I say, the family, the neighbours, and all the fuckers who have ever given us a hard time because they think that my mum has been cruel to me. Like, it's them that have stressed me out. Those people I told you about, those child people that I said came round because someone reported us to the appropriate child people. And I'm like, actually, you gave me more hell than my mum ever has. The only hell my mum has given me is the odd telling off when I've been naughty, like every parent does. Like, you're the problem. It's all these do-gooders and these busybodies and these people reporting my mum left, right and centre, the neighbours not helping us, the family fucking off. It's their fault that I'm trapped here. It's their fault that I can't do the things I want to do. So if they'd have stayed in our lives, they, if we're all a community like we're supposed to be, they could sort of babysit my mum while I went off here, there and everywhere. My mum would have been happy with that because, like I say, the only reason why, if it is true that my mum is keeping me here, it's because she's afraid of losing me because I'm all she's fecking got. Right? Probably would have been different if everybody had stuck around. Everybody would be, yeah, the medal. Like I say, if my mum had like 1,000 friends and family members, she wouldn't need me so much. So it's their fault for fucking off. It's their fault for giving us a hard time. Our mum's not that happy about having people in our lives now because there's just been nothing but trouble. So you can forgive her if supposedly she's not happy about having people around, which of course people blame her for me being isolated or whatever. Like, again, it's not her fault, it's everybody else's fault. I know, like I say, I'm saying all this. This is why it would be cool if people, like I say, these people I'm talking about could see this, because I want them to know that they're the problem, not me, not my mum. Because like my mum is always saying that she thinks that everybody, else thinks that she's the tyrant and I'm so badly done to by her. And I'm like, not really. But if that's the case, if that's true, if these people all think I'm so badly done to, why don't they actually befriend us? She's cool. I mean, like I said, you've seen Becky live streams and she's been shouting at me. It sounds like she's a bad person or a tyrant or she's moody or whatever, but actually it's probably all my fault. Just kidding. I don't know. Like I say, I'm a terrible person. Oh yes, your old man. Yeah, that's right. And his and their perfect life. Like I say, they have it all and they want to take something from me. Which, by the way, ain't gonna happen. I hope not. To be honest with you, I'm hoping that when push comes to shove, he's gonna be like, well, you know what, you've suffered enough. You can have it. But if not, I'm gonna be saying, well, you got everything you want. Leave me what I have, please. You know, and what I need to fucking survive, if you don't mind. It shouldn't be too much of a problem, especially if what they say is true about the feminist thing. Oh God, I wish I could tell you guys. It was so much easier. But it'll come at me like, why are you telling everyone our business for? Oh, I hope so. But I don't want to. I mean, but if I'm honest, I'd rather him just change and be a good person. I'd rather him just be like, you're my daughter, you have everything you need. I'm your dad, I should be giving you what you need, not trying to take shit from you. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen when push comes to shove, to be honest with you. I don't want to have to battle him. I don't want to have to lose another family member, you know, another parent, like, you know. Well, there's still hope. Yeah. I don't want to cut him out of my life. I don't want to be like, you know, well, I've got no parents now because, well, I've had this battle with my dad and it's awkward now, you know. It's like, I don't want that. I don't want to be a tiger. Like the dog, you know, in the wild when the tiger grows up and they to their parents, like, you know. They do what's that word? They evict their own parents from their little habitat, don't they? When they grow up, they're like, well, you know, we've had our fun now. You've raised me, mum, but you know, you're done for now, and like that. Yeah, I watched the tiger documentary. It wasn't really a documentary. It was just like a fact thing at the end of the. Oh, hello, golden cloud. Nice to see you. Look at that cloud. It's like dead golden. They don't go off on their own. What they do is they slash their parents with their claws, and the parents that are like frail and shit have to go off on their own, and they're like, I'm like, that's not very nice. They raised you from a cub. You best. You best. That's nasty. That. Like, do you remember that? No, it's called Two Brothers, I think. And they all, even as grown-ups, they all kind of reunited with the mother, and they all lived together. I thought that should be how it is. Not getting rid of them for no reason. That's just nasty. Like, people think animals are so innocent and, you know, so like whatever, righteous, like angelic or whatever, but they're not. They're worse than humans. They're worse than humans. At least humans don't toss out their own. Well, usually you get your odd ones, but it's not like the huge normally. Countless families that I've heard about that all stick and bandy together. Like this lot around here, they all stick and bandy together, you know. All these people's family, we've got loads of family and friends. We're like the only one in the neighbourhood who's fecking the black sheeps of the family, and we're also the black sheep of the neighbourhood to add to that. And the black sheep of like you say, my own age fecking range. What are you doing, JD? Why are you going over there, love? Come on. I'm going in. Yeah, exactly, but we don't have... Oh, shit. Ugh. We just have people having a go at us. Go on, back. You forgetting your training. Honestly. Easier to get their way. I don't know. Like I say, everybody in the universe manages it. I must be an ogre. Come on, JD. Me and my mum must be an ogre. Like I say, I was Hitler in a past life. My mum, she was the devil himself. That's her words, not mine. When I was Hitler, that was I'm the one who said that. My mum said she was the devil. So I said I must have been Hitler in a past life because I'm being punished in this life. And my mum said, well, I must be the devil himself. I couldn't stop laughing after she said that. Come on, JD. Have a drink. Jenny's walking away. It was so funny. She comes out with the most hilariousest things. We had a real laugh yesterday, by the way. Not yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, I can't remember. It was either Saturday or yesterday. It was really funny. I'm just going to charge up my phone. Hang on. I'm just going to put it on charge before it cuts off. Hopefully it won't cut off yet. Just a few more seconds. A few more seconds. Please last me a few more seconds. Thank you. She sounds like a great person. She is. And yet everybody hates her for no reason. She's like the funniest person, the smartest, most intelligent. Oh. And I am the most intelligent of all because I know different things than she does as well. Like I can tell her the good news now that, well, she's always thought of herself as you are Jalelia, which is my funny language for ugly. And because everybody has told her she's ugly. So I know the secret to being beautiful. It's probably too late when you're like a million years old. So I got anyway, so I just want to let you guys know this. So I was quite annoyed when I left today for the supermarket. It was Morrison's. Everyone was so nice to me today. Everyone was really good to me, which made it easier. I decided because I'd had such a hard time that I would sit in the little barista cafe to eat my food and drink, because they've opened the cafe now with them things that separate tables. It'd be plastic or glass things, I'm not sure. So I decided to sit in. No, I didn't. Like I say, after that, like I say, being called an oddball and everything, I decided to go out looking as normal as I can be because I just didn't want to stand out today. I really didn't want to get any more hard time. I didn't want to be stared at. I just wanted to forget that I'm a fucking weirdo for just one day. So I dressed normal. Like, you may think this top is weird, but it's actually from Select, which is like a proper fashion shop. It's not like a weird alternative clothing shop. It's like a proper, like I say, a fashion shop. So I just went in crop top and leggings because that's like the norm. That's like the like I say, the fashion at the moment. So for those of you who don't know the fashion, because I don't see this happening a lot in like America, so I've noticed just wear normal like t-shirts and jeans and shit, but here in England we wear crop tops and jeans, or crop tops and leggings. So I just went in a crop top and leggings today, and I just had normal hair, just normal makeup and everything. I didn't do anything special, which I normally like. I mean, I was originally going to go in my 1940s dress today, but I just really didn't want to stand out today, so I just wanted to be normal for just a day, because to be honest with you, after that Zoe called me an oddball, I know you're not supposed to talk about your feelings or share your vulnerabilities, but I honestly felt hurt. Like, I feel hurt that I'm such an outcast around here. Like, I've never, like I say, since I was about 16, I've not had any friends that are like my own age group. I'm not gonna say I didn't have any friends. Like, I've had friends, but like, they've not been my age group. I've not like gone around in a group of girls like other young people do. You know, they go like around like a young girl like in the teens or whatever, the 20s. They go around with, you know, girls that are like their age group. Like, I've never had that. Like, the last time I went around in a group was when I was 12 or 11. Actually, I might have been. Sorry, no, I think I was 9 or 10 actually. And then I got my first friend after that when I was 14. And then our friendship ended before my 17th birthday. I met another kid that was like nearer my age group, and he was a bit weird. To be honest, he went on about witches and stuff, like acting like he was a witch or something. Yeah. Cows are more intelligent than they are, though. But like I said, even people like me, like people who are also like gothic and like alternative style and like your weirdos like me, don't like me. Like I say, there are some like me that go around in gothic clothes. I've seen them. And even they walk past the hooligans at the other end of my street and they say nothing about them. So they're accepted. These people are accepted in their little folds. Well, this one's too weird apparently for anybody. Like I say, even my own kind don't want to associate with me. These shits don't want to associate with me. Therians and furries, I don't really have any Therian or furry friends either, because they're like me as well, like, you know. They don't seem to take to me either, like, you know, I've tried with them, and they're just like, I did meet, like, as I've told you guys before, I did meet my first furry when I was 20 odd. I don't know what it was. Michael Monkey, we called him, because he was a golden tamarin monkey furry. And yeah, he's the one that went into Subway and kept me waiting. And then he wouldn't reach for something, and he was like dead tall, he was like 6 foot odd, and he wouldn't reach for something on the top shelf, and he was quite the dickhead. And we just never talked after that. And then I made a friend when I was 22, I think. 22, 23. She was the alpha of a Therian wolf pack. So the Therians are, you know, like people like me who dress like tails and ears and stuff. But they're not furries. Apparently they're separate. I mean, they are separate, but you know, if you start talking about the similarities between furries and Therians, they will blow your head off. They're like, they are nothing alike, and you cannot be a furry and a Therian. They're like the, you know, again, more Hitler state people and social justice warrior types as well. So that's what put me off about them. But yeah, I was in a Therian wolf pack for a little while. I met them in York a few years ago, like I say, I was 23 or something. And she gave me my first Therian wolf tail, which is like just a keyring wolf tail. I really loved it, but I had to throw it away because it was real and it got like bugs on it because it broke, and I just put it in a bag ready to be mended. And one day I came to mend it, and because everybody else had offered to mend it, but they never did, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it myself. Get the pliers. The keyring thing came off. And then I took it out of the bag. It was full of bugs. They were dead, by the way. It's all right. They were dead. But I had to throw it away. I was like, no, thank you. But I didn't throw it away because of the events that occurred between us. I did it because, like I say, it was full of bugs. And I don't think there was anything I could have done about it. It was pretty gross. Oh, by the way, she still keeps an eye on me, by the way, so we've got to be careful. She told me that her minions are watching me all the time to keep an eye on me, to make sure I'm not bad-mouthing her, probably. So for all I know, she watches these streams, but she only bobs her head up if I start talking about her. So because I've been talking about her in this video, she might probably start popping up. Yeah, she did. I was talking about, you know, Therian stuff in one of my videos before I started doing this kind of stuff, and she came saying that, you know, she admitted that she had like minions and spies like spying on my channel and stuff, and she like criticized me because I was trying to pass off being a Therian as a trend because I was too apparently wimpish to admit that I was a Therian and explain. I can't explain to everyone what Therian is because they look at you funny. I can't do it. And she thinks I should just speak out anyway. Like I say, so if you're a bit sheepish about coming out as a Therian to people, you know, she kind of gets upset about that. I don't know why, because like I say, you do have to keep a low profile. I can't honestly go out there wearing my tail and ears. Like, I could wear my ears, but I can't go around. Because, like, if I did try and explain to people when they asked me why I was wearing a tail, I said, I'm a Therian. They say, what's a Therian? I said, oh, it's a person who believes they have a spirit of a wolf, and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, They were like, look at you funny. My mum said that, and I was like, she's like, don't tell people about that anymore. So people are okay with it when they just think I'm wearing a tail and ears, like, you know, it's just an endearing thing, it's just a fashion trend. They're okay with that. So that's why I had to say that it was a fashion trend at the time, because, like I said, I didn't want people thinking I was weird. They already do anyway. Do you know what? It doesn't matter if I look normal. They think I'm weird anyway. Like that person, that Zoe person, she didn't know me at all. And she's already come to the conclusion I'm weird, yet she doesn't know me. Unless she scoured my Facebook page or something and saw my wolf shit on it. But, like, I doubt it. Because unless you're friends, you can't see all that shit. And she's not my friend on Facebook, so. And if she saw the profile picture, which I'm, you know, wearing these ears in, for all she knows, it was a Halloween, you know, thing. So she can't come to the conclusion I'm odd by just looking at my profile picture, which is all she can see. But apparently she's already come to the conclusion I'm an oddball. Like, she doesn't know me. How the fuck does she know I'm weird anyway? Like, the people just fucking... hang on. Let's see. I thought it was a cat or a kitten thing. Nope, I'm a wolf. Well, I'm not going to say I'm a wolf because people think I'm weird. They think I'm delusional, so... Yeah, she doesn't know me. I mean, she actually doesn't know me. She didn't call me Wolfie or anything. Because all the people who know me around here, they usually call me Wolfie. She didn't call me Wolfie, so I don't think she knew me. Like, I'm just a person who she's never seen before, and she already came to the conclusion I was odd. At least I don't know. Like I say, I have no clue. Like I say, according to them, it's on the internet, so you're probably right. I'm on the internet somewhere. I've never heard the term before meeting you. Yeah, alarm bells go off in their head. I thought it was like a kitten, cat and kitten. Yeah, no, it's a wolf thing. I like the cat thing. Oh well, too bad, I'm a wolf. I do like the cat kitten thing though, but I'm not. The closest thing I come to a cat is a falcon wolf, which are very cat-like, but I ain't a cat, so. But like I say, if you stick around for my future, I'll turn this place into the Kitty Hotel. Can't it be any animal though? Thurians can be. Like I say, people will say I have the spirit of a cat or whatever. Yeah. Falcon wolves like belly rubs, they do. Because they're fat. My falcon wolves are fat. Falcon wolves are, like I say, my species that I made up. So I can't be a Thurian falcon wolf. That's my persona. As a Thurian, I'm just a wolf. I also have a Thurian hyena, and I also have a German Shepherd. Hang on, is that something else? Yeah, I thought some were dragons. Yeah, that's true. So they're also mythical creatures, but they're called otherkin. A lot of people think that otherkin is the same as Thurians. Although it is, otherkin is where you're like a mythical being. Whereas a Thurian is where you're a wolf or cat, just a normal animal. A lot of people who like to rat on Thurians, like Hunter Avalone. Have you guys have ever heard of Hunter Avalone? He's quite a famous YouTuber who likes to complain about social justice warriors. And part of the things he complains about, other than things that I actually agree with, he likes to rat on furries and Thurians as well, which of course I don't. And fat acceptance people as well, which of course I'm not with him on that one, but I'm with him on the rest of the stuff that he usually preaches. Like about the, the gays and the blacks and shit, he's always like talking about how they, or feminists, he's always like ratting on them and everything. Not in a nasty way, he just like explains stuff. It's hard to explain, to have to watch his videos. He's very diplomatic, but he can be a bit offensive, but like I say, people understand him because like I say, he comes across very diplomatic, even though he actually says some offensive things, which I'm surprised he doesn't get more hate, but he's very good anyway. I like him other than the fact that he rats on my people, Thurians and furries and fat acceptance people. So, I mean, the fat acceptance people are a bit kooky, but I'm not quite like them. I'm more of a male body positivity activist person because I think that women already get plenty of that. So I'm more about men who are these days are more self-conscious than they ever were before. Because, like, of course, back in the olden days, men were, like, the big I-ams, weren't they? So, of course, they, it doesn't matter whether they're fat or thin, they get respect. But now, because feminists have put women up on the pedestal, men are, like, becoming more self-conscious. But that's going to be for a video for another day. It's very sad that I see men are going down there while women are going up there. We're supposed to be fucking equal, but, apparently, no, feminists do not want that. They want women up there, men down there like in the hyena world. Yeah, shit, God, I'm a male hyena. Shit, I'm doomed. But in the falcon wolf community, the males are the dominant ones. Females are like, subservient. And the males are like, up there. Yeah, they get pretty fat. And in the falcon wolf community, being fat is a sign of power and privilege and wealth, so that the females are all like drooling over the fatties. And if you are skinny in the falcon wolf world, you are down there. You are weak. So yeah. So I know a lot of people like to preach that, being skinny is superior and being fat is like down there. But in my world and in the Falcon Wolf world, the fat people are superior and the skinny people are weak and puny. But like I say, because like to me, being skinny is like a sign of poor and malnourishment, whereas being fat is like a sign that you are well fed. So it's like, how can you say this? So like I say, they're trying to put fat people down now because it doesn't suit their fecking agenda or whatever. I'm not saying it's healthy or nothing, but like I say, what's wrong with being a bit chubby, at least? It's how the old-fashioned way used to be. Yes, that's right. Are you into feederism at all, everyone? I used to be. It's okay. Yeah, it was a sign of poverty, exactly. But that's how I still think. When I see a skinny person, I think they're malnourished and they're, poor. Whereas look at me, I'm super well fed, which means I am superior to everybody in the world. Apart from the people who are even fatter than me, of course. Like you say, it depends on how fat you are as to what you rank. So if you're massive, if you're like 600 pounds or whatever, 20 odd stone, you're like they should be the king of the world. If you're just skinny, like. So when I see skinny people in power, it's like, yeah, no. So what's the cost? I hate to see ribs. It makes me cringe. I used to be able to have. I used to see my ribs when I was that skinny. I hated it. I was like super jealous of fat people who could get fat because I could never get fat. So I was really happy when I could get fat. So sign of poverty. You are superior. Hooray! Yeah, so if you see I saw a girl with hip bones for the first time today. Though it's okay because she had massive hips. It's weird because she was skinny, but she had these massive hips. But you could see her hip bones. See, I used to see that one. Me and my mum and my cousin, we used to watch the fashion show and all the women were so skinny. You could see their back ribs, And I thought, oh my God, that's a sign of ultimate skinniness. And I used to feel dead sorry for them. Like a lot of people are like, oh yes, they're superior because they're skinny because of, everybody's into skinny. And I'm like, nope, they look malnourished and they look like when I was dead skinny because I had it was terrible. I was dead skinny because I had allergies and I had to be very careful on what I ate. So I was kind of very malnourished indeed. I could only, do you know what I ate? I used to eat. For breakfast, I used to have I don't know, probably had cereal sometimes, but I'm not really a big cereal person, so probably not much. What I had was a wheat and gluten-free salad sandwich with Quorn ham, not real ham. Then for lunch, I might have some nuts and crisps. For dinner was the biggest meal. That was when we had a mince and pasta dish. Wheat-free pasta, of course, because like I say, I was on wheat-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, everything diet-free diet. So it was very, very hard. And there's some things in the Quorn aisle, so the meat-free aisle, that had wheat in them, so I couldn't eat certain things in the Quorn aisle. And then in the wheat and gluten-free section, there was things I couldn't eat because there was, like I say, they had cheese in them or egg in them or whatever that I couldn't have. Chocolate. I couldn't have chocolate and cakes and shit which had egg in them. So I couldn't have a lot of shit. So I was like... And then supper, I'd have another salad sandwich, and that was it. That's all I freaking ate. And I thought I was trying to eat a lot because people kept saying that pasta's fattening and nuts are fattening and shit. So I was eating lots of nuts and pasta and stuff. Nothing worked. But then I had a blood test done to see if I had any allergies, and it came back you don't have any allergies. Bullshit, but apparently came back I didn't have any allergies. The only reason why it came back that I didn't have allergies is because I had nothing in my system. None of the allergens in my system, so to speak. I was still allergic to shit because my eczema was through the roof. It was the worst it had ever been. But then again, I have learnt that the skinnier you are, you're more likely to get eczema, so that's probably why it was so bad back then. It's pretty bad now. But, I just eat whatever I want now. So when I was about 24... That's when I had the allergy test and I was like, well, hey, so I started just eating whatever I wanted gradually, of course. I didn't just start eating a bunch of wheat and gluten and stuff. But I kind of
eased it into my diet again and just like had bit by bit and did it that way. And then I ended up with breathing problems because they say apparently that when you go wheat and gluten free, you can't go back. And that's what I did. Even though I did it gradually, I just had like one wheat and gluten free thing a week, or, you know, every couple of days or whatever. And then every day I'd have just like a bit, but not every meal. And then, back then, no, I didn't eat meat at all because I thought it was the source of all evil for my body. Because when I was a kid, I was definitely allergic to meat. Every time I had meat, my eczema would flare up to buggery. Every time I stopped having meat, my eczema would be calm. Especially chicken. But then my mum said, just try not having any meat, so I did. So I was just starting to put on weight as well at the time. It was when I was like 12. I gave up meat, so... So I was like super malnourished at the time. But not because I didn't eat meat, just because I didn't eat all the rest of the stuff. So, like I say, it was like virtually vegan and wheat and gluten free. So it was like lots of things in all categories that I couldn't eat. Like even vegetarian I couldn't eat. Or even the wheat gluten free stuff I couldn't eat. It was really a pain in the butt. And I remember when I used to go to the supermarket, it was like torture because I wanted to eat real food. I hated being so restricted. But like I say, then I just decided to start adding things to my diet and see if I could cope with it. But then I got breathing problems, and then I got diagnosed with asthma. I don't have asthma, by the way, but that's what they diagnosed me with. But what it really was because I put wheat and gluten free back into my system, it couldn't take it anymore, so I got breathing problems for that. Probably if I stopped having wheat and gluten again, I probably wouldn't have any problems. I have terrible allergies now. I sneeze, tickly nose. My eczema's like terrible. I've been using a steroid cream, so it's good now. But like if I stop using it for my little break that I have, it goes really bad on my face. So like just 2 days ago, my face was terrible. It was like really bad. So, and I'm so miserable when that happens. And then of course I get acne. So now I'm getting acne now. 29, I'm getting acne for the first time ever. It does hurt. Like these 2 spots here are painful. I've just popped them both and they're super painful. But I'm getting spots all the time now. So, like I say, for me, what will be the best thing is to live in a super, super clinically clean house. No animals. Just eat wheat and gluten-free, dairy-free everything. Mold and damp-free everything. Do you still cut out wheat and gluten? Well, I try and do wheat and gluten-free whenever I can. I have a ton of wheat and gluten-free muffins and bread. And... You see, I live off this shit. I don't know whether you can see that. I have this because my mum likes it, but I actually do have this. It's very nice with beans on toast and shit. But, I mean, if I wanted to, I could get my own bread, which I used to do, but like I say, I'm trying, especially with bread's the worst, so I've been trying to have this bread instead. And like I say, I've been finding it okay. I have wheat and gluten-free muffins as well. Not good for sandwiches, so for sandwiches I have normal ones. I got confused, but I don't know what you got confused about. I'm not really sure. You'll have to tell me what you got confused about. Well, we've been on a steady 3 views. There is some new diet called the carnivore diet. Look into it. Yeah, it sounds like you only eat wheat. Meat is bad for you. Try tea tree oil. It's antibacterial and natural. Don't eat it. Put it on your spot. Oh, that sounds nice. Maybe I could get it from the... What's it called? Holland & Barrett. What else have I been doing? I'm trying to be healthy, you know. I'm trying my best to be healthy. I'm trying my best to do what's right for my body and what's right for my skin. It's really hard. Like, I don't know if... I mean, a lot of things that work for a lot of people don't work for me, but I don't think it's because my body is particularly stubborn. Like I said in my last stream, I think it's because of the mold and damp, which we can't do anything about. Anyway, I'm sorry about swearing so much before. I was just getting a little bit, you know. Like you do. When you're talking about annoyances that have happened. So, yes, you said, so what's happened next? Okay, so real quick before I stop the stream to do food. So I went out, everybody was fine. I did eat in the shop. A bloke talked to me at some point. And then I got a cab home. And the guy put the shopping in his boot, and then trying to tell him where to drop me off was really hard. And even when we got here, because he'd been pissing about trying to find it and going up and down the fecking street because he went the wrong way, he charged me like £4 odd instead of £3 odd, which it is normally. So I argued with him about that. He cut it, it went from £5.80 I think to £4.80, so I just took that one, even though he was going up and down the street like, well, he actually offered to bring the shopping up to the house, so that was good. Did he do it deliberately? Do what deliberately? Charge me extra? I think he put it down a bit deliberately. Like I say, it's usually £3 odd. I don't know. But I wasn't going to let it slide anyway. And then... probably. Jesus, they do, don't they? The woman said, you know what, I wouldn't... The woman who I talked to that other week, she said, I wouldn't take that. You know, it's their fault that they go all over the place trying to find where they live. And he wouldn't believe me. I mean, I've lived here for fucking 20 odd years, and he didn't believe me that there's a house here. He's like, there's no house here. And I'm like, yes, there is. I fucking live there. And then he finally concurred. He finally put the freaking bags there, and then he was about to go back to his car. And I started talking to a bloke, and I told him that he overcharged me. And the bloke offered to take my bags up. And he's like on a crutch, and I'm like, I can't let you do that. But then the taxi driver came back and said, oh, I'll take the bags up for you. And then he had the fucking nerve to ask me for my number. Hugh jumped out of his skin. This is awesome. I've never been chatting with a real girl on live stream. Getting lost. He jumped out of his skin. Jumped out of his skin when? I was talking to the bloke. No, I know you meant the driver, but why was he jumping out of his skin for? I really... He was hot as well, it's a shame. Big fat bloke he was, the driver. He was so sexy. I'm not going to let them get away with shit just because of that, though. I told you guys one time that they're always saying that, you know, it's good to be with a fat bloke because they're more humble or whatever. And they've got good personalities because they've had to work on their personalities because their body's no good. They're like, yeah, only in the movies. What's this? Only in the movies. They're as arrogant as fuck. Especially when they think that you like them. Because they're fat. Then they turn into every Chad out there. And expecting you to have sex with them just because you like fat people. Just like the muscular blokes do with women. They're like, oh, well, she fancies me, so, oh, she'll be an easy lay. It's like, no. But yeah, the fat blokes, they usually act just the same. Opportunists, you know. Opportunists, you know. So I'm like, no, not going to fly with me. I even considered not telling people, these blokes, when I get involved with them, that I like fat people, because they always turn into arrogant buttheads. As soon as they know that you're into fat people, it's like, oh, well, she's bound to have sex with me because, you know, she likes fat people and I'm fat. So, oh, yeah, she's an easy thing. I'm like, no, bud. No, no, no. That's not how it works. I fancy you. I want to let you know that I think that your fatness is great, but I also want to let you know I'm only in it for a relationship. I'm not a whore. Come on. Oh, this could take forever. There's some lovely homemade plastic in here. Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird and wonderful that pasta water makes plastic? I think that's fascinating. Pasta water. But it's very annoying when you can't get the fucking thing off. Ooh. I love to watch it peel though, but it only peels like in little teeny tiny bits. Ooh. This could take forever. I really want to get dinner done. Do you know what? Feck it. I'm just going to scrub the damn thing. How do you get this stupid stuff out? Look at that. It's like paper. It's like film. It's like plastic film or something. It's so cool. Oh, look at this big stringy one that I got out. It's teeny though. It's going to take forever. Look at this beautiful big one here. Nothing. Right, you're getting wet. You're getting wetted and you're being scrubbed. You don't have the time for this. That's going to take forever. And do you know what else people say to me? They tell me I should, you know, when this shit happens in the past and what shit. They say you should get it if somebody brings it up and then I sort of defend myself, like about stuff that's happened in the past when other people have brought it up. They tell me I should get over it. I'm like, but you brought it up. I am just defending myself because you did me wrong back in those days, and they're saying I should get over it. It's like, yeah, but you brought it to light again. I mean, what do you expect? I have put it behind me. I have put it behind me all these years. You have reminded me again. And like I say, this woman, my nail, she used to do my nails. She used to come here to do them. Yep. Because she worked too far away because she moved. She used to work on the main road, right? And she moved jobs to a place where I can't get to. It's a bit further afield, and I wanted my nails done regularly. She came here to do them, which was great of her. And I told her something in confidence. Do you know what she did at the salon? She told the very person that I was talking about everything. And like I say, I got in trouble for that. And do you know what happened? I met her at Morrison's. I mean, she was there. And do you know what she did? When she saw me and my mum there looking at the menu at Morrison's Cafe, she went, "Oh, yeah!" Okay. So you think that after what you did, I'm just going to be like, "Oh, hi. Oh, nice to see you." There. No, this happened ages ago. This happened years ago. A lot of the things I talk about are just, these are things that happened over the years. Telling you, like I say, at some stage in my life, somebody's been a dickhead. My Christmas was almost ruined because of it, Because the person who's all about this, that's the purchase of the key, almost ruined my Christmas. Because this person has the power to do that. So I thought, thank you very much. And I tried to talk to her about it, but she blocked me on Facebook, so she knew very well I'd be angry about it. And then she had the nerve. To freaking greet me in Morrison's. And do you know what I did? I wish now I'd confronted her and said, "Excuse me? You have some nerve letting on to me after what you did." And then when she said, "Well, what did I do?" And she pretended she didn't know because this was like a year later. As in like in the new year. After the Christmas incident thing. Oh yeah. That feels great. She went, I wish I'd said that, I wish I'd said, "Excuse me, but you tattled on me to the very person who's the purchase of the key. Thank you." That's actually my my old friend's thing. She made that word up. Or phrase. Oh shit. So, ow. But no, do you know what I did? Instead of confronting her, I went like this. I was like, because I didn't recognise her at first, but then when I realised who it was after looking at her for a few minutes, I just turned my back to her, I just went, put my head down. She just went on her way. Well, I just wasn't expecting it, so I just didn't say anything. Like I say, I'm not good with spontaneous stuff. I'd have to be warned that something's going to happen in order to sort of speak up to somebody. You know, if someone comes at me, like I say, if someone comes at me in a nasty way, I will blow up. I will turn into a tiger, like I say, and I'll rip the faces off. Again, not literally, but, you know, I'll come at them, you know, I'll defend myself. But if someone who's done me wrong in the past, like a while ago, and then they come to me and it's like, you know, they're being all friendly, it's hard for me to sort of react in a bad way, like the way I should react. So oftentimes I will greet them like I was about to. For a split second, I was about to go higher. But then I thought, no. This all happened in a split second in my head. I was like, I wasn't prepared enough to have a pop at her. But something in my brain told me no. And I just turned away. So that's how my brain works. My brain's funny like that. But then afterwards, I was like, oh, I should have confronted her. After the day I had today, I found this on the table. So my mum gave me a little gift. It's just a plain chain. She knows I've been after a chain for a pendant of mine. I've got a pendant that the chain broke, so she gave me this chain. But that's very nice of her. The cat thing again. Best thing to do is give them any satisfaction. Do you think she was guilty? Yeah? Good snap. Was she trying to get something out of you? Who? Oh, this girl. The old man. Yeah, the old man. You say nails, you don't mean claws. Yeah, she does nails. Like I say, they're like claws. It's cool. People are getting confused again. Sorry, yes, I've heard of the key is the person that the girl ratted on me about, too. So I told her in confidence what happened between my dad and my mum and the other person. And then she went and blabbed to the other person when she came to her nail salon to have her hair done. She was also a hair person as well, I think. Or does she just do nails? I don't know. She works at a hair salon anyway. It's called you know what? Fuck it. It's called the Pink Panther. Her name's Abby. I don't care if she sees this. Her name's Abby. It's easier when you've got names because you guys are getting all confused. Yeah. Okay, so Abby. I'm actually gonna call her the evil stepmother because she's lovely and sweet too, but you know, because of what she did in the past, and again, it's something unforgivable. God, you know what? Someday, I will tell you guys everything, but y'all have to stick around long enough. And if I thought I could trust you, just tell you an email or something. But like I say, I did this with Abby. And like I say, she spilt the beans to the evil stepmother. The old man came down on me like a ton of bricks because of her. Because of Abby. Because I told her that in confidence. She's a professional. What have I ever done to you, Abby? Seriously. Like I say, I hope I meet her one day because I'm going to say it. I'm going to say you have some nerve being all pally-pally with me after what you did. You're interfering in my life. These are people that I have to deal the fet with. It's okay if she's gossiping with a random person. But this is people in my life that you are tattling on me to. These are people, I mean, I've met her once, but they do have an influence in my life. They control, like I say, puppet on a string. You think The Godfather was bad? Not with us, though, by the way, the puppet thing, but somebody else. Some people just opened their trap. Yeah, but she knew she'd done wrong, because like I say, she blocked me. She knew very well that I would not be happy about it. So it was no fecking accident. She knew very well what she was doing. She's buddies with her, isn't she? Abby was buddies with the evil stepmother and decided to rat me out. She knew very well what she was doing. I didn't know this at the time. If I'd have known she was buddies with the evil stepmother, I wouldn't have fecking told her a cent. In fact, I wouldn't have given her a cent. I wouldn't have given her my money if I knew she was going to be like that. And that she was going to rat on me to my own family. Well, she's not really family, but you know what I mean. Like I say, she controls. Which is very unfair because, you know, like... she's not even a part of my life. It'll be alright. You know when you get families and this, you know, the husband or the father and the mother, they split up on mutual terms, like they just break up because it's not going very well. And then the father might meet someone afterwards. Yeah. They get married. They become the kid's stepmother. Or stepfather if it's the mother doing it. Fine. You know, that's not how it worked in my situation. It's because of rumours that our lives got shattered. And then somebody else came along and decided, let's put the nail in the coffin. Let's put the nail in. And then to make matters worse, my mum's parents knew all about the deceit and didn't think to tell my mother about it. Because had they told her what was going on, you know, not literally, obviously, but, you know. We had a woman on our side at the time that would have been fantastic in that situation, but because she was not told the whole story, fake names, please. You mean for my grandparents? You want fake names for them? Oh, it would just be easier to tell you the whole story, wouldn't it? Well, my dad's never going to watch the stream all the way in here, is he? Let's tell the truth. Just kidding. Oh, it's hard. I don't know what to do for the best. I know you're not supposed to blab about your personal life. Heck, I did it to Abby and look where I got. Now she hates me. The evil stepmother hates me. And if she gets upset, well, she can have me not see my dad. You can call if you like. Phones. Doesn't the man record the phone so we can hear, so that they can hear our calls? They can listen in. Yeah, not a good idea. Probably not a good idea. Not that the man is going to tell my dad, but I don't think they're going to care. Seriously, don't know. Obviously, I want the world to know. Having one person just know. Like you say, I had no idea that even Abby was any, like I say, I didn't know that this Abby had anything to do with any people that I knew. I didn't know that. It's like, Abby's a nobody. She's just a person who does my nails. I didn't know she was associated with people I knew. You know, like, cause she works like I don't know. It's funny, really. It's a small world. I should expect it, really, because they all, like, live around here. I should expect them to all know each other. So that's what I do now. I just expect that they all know each other and they're all in cahoots to conspire against me. I do, you know, I never believed in conspiracy theories, but now I'm starting to. Oh, that reminds me, does anybody here know a movie? I don't know the name of it, but we saw it like millions of years ago. It's about a man, he started out as a boy in the movie, who lived in this movie set, and there were cameras everywhere, and it was like, I don't know, I think it was a TV series, but he didn't know that. He was not an actor. He actually lived his life in this movie set universe where it's like, you know, it all looked convincing as a street, house, supermarket, you know, even a sea, you know. Yes, The Truman Show, wasn't it? Is that it, a film? Yeah, I knew one of you guys would know about it. Yeah. Not seen it for years, not heard about it, but that is I'm convinced that's my life. I'm convinced that this is a fucking made-up universe and everybody in it knows me and knows about me and is like secretly control. For all we know, there's fucking cameras here. I know it's outlandish, but I mean, this kind of thing does really happen in real life sometimes. Like, I know that people think that it's just the movies and stuff and it's not going to be real, but I mean, look at sci-fi now, it's all coming to real life. Like, for all I know, there's cameras in here watching me. And whoever controls it, this whole universe, like, I know the director of that movie in The Truman Show, I don't know who's controlling it in this universe, but it's just weird. It's just weird that everybody seems to know me and everybody knows my business and everybody's sort of connected. And certain things will just happen that seem a bit coincidental, you know, in my life. Here are you, and you are the director. Wait, I'm the director? I would love to be the one that controls the universe. Yes. It will happen one day, especially in my book. Don't worry, I'm working on a story about that. It's going to be similar to The Truman Show. Just a little bit. Yes, that would be brilliant. So you are what? You are, and I'm the director. You are what? Jim Carrey. It's called The Truman Show anyway. You need to fill up your belly and keep us all happy. Let's see. Yes, I will look it up. I've not seen it for years. I really want to see it. To be honest with you, at the time when I watched it, I thought it was a very unusual movie. I'd never seen a movie like it. Like, even since, I've not seen it. It's such an unusual concept. What do you mean you guessed? It was. Everything I watched was just freaking... Because my mum liked all these, like, comedies and... It's like normal comedies where, you know, girl meets boy, boy meets girl, blah, blah, blah. They fall in love, they have problems at first, and then they get married eventually. And it's just all, you know, like, chick flicks things, but comedy ones. That's what we mainly watched. Oh, and we used to watch a lot of Supernaturals back in the day. But like I say, this was different. This was not quite supernatural, but it was, you know, it's quite like... Oh, what's the other... There was another film that's like that, you know, it's like Dead... It was Dead Unusual Concept, what was it? But I thought it could have been better, this particular... I can't remember what it was called. There's some films like that I think would be just like a splendid, amazing concept, but it ends up not being as good as you'd think it's going to be, considering the description. I guess. Hooray! So yes, you'll put the pawns and I'm the director. Yes, I control everything. Well, in that case, I not to do what you say then. You fecking give me a jiggle. You're my slave now. Ich bin nicht ihrs. Ich bin nicht ihren Sklave. Du bist meine Sklave. Wunderschön. Hooray, my phone has decided to do its own thing. There you go. It's happening. I'm not doing pasta, I'm doing vegetation. Sorry, I don't speak German. You speak some other funny language though, that's cool. I just mean you're not my slaves. I'm not your slave, you're my slaves. I'm gonna do some videos soon. You might like them. I'm trying to get away from weird shit. I'm trying to become a serious YouTuber, my dears. Yeah, stupid idiot. That's very true, you're a stupid idiot. You know it's weird when you get these friends like banter. They're like proper shit. They're proper shit to each other, calling each other like really nasty names, and I'm like, yeah, but I say something like dead innocent, and I get like a bombardment of freaking angry mob at me when I say something, you know, not that offensive. Like I said, that was a Zoe person, you know, coming at me, calling me an oddball and saying to stay out of whatever because they're all friends and I'm not allowed to comment what I want to comment. Like I say, you guys will get. I've got the screenshots. You guys will see them. You guys will get to see the conversation. You guys can tell me if it's really that bad. If I was in the wrong, or whether she was in the wrong and they were in the wrong. Because, like I say, I post it to Facebook, but I might get a load of shit from these CUNTs. That are like similar to those people. In fact, I'm hoping it's not public because I'll be able to see it, I guess. I'll probably make it probably issue on that Facebook page. My dad, and, you know, say what you want to say about my dad, but he's right. It's not good to post about shit online, it really isn't, because, like I say, it always comes back to feckin' bite you in the butt. And that's possibly why he doesn't like me recording him and what have you. Like I say, I get penalised for the simplest, stupidest shit, usually. And it's like, why am I being punished? Like, they're the ones who were in the wrong and yet I'm being punished for it. So for all I know, I've got a load of backlash on there. Like, maybe that Zoe girl has seen that post I made. Like, she shouldn't be able to. If she's not a friend. She shouldn't be able to see my posts, but... Like, if it is public, she'll be able to see it, and then she'll probably make it a big issue, and then, like I say, she might report me or something, and I'll get penalised because, like, well, you're the shit person. I do this all the time. I out people a lot. I do. You know how you see on YouTube sometimes where somebody will out somebody else, like they've had in PMs, and they'll screenshot the PMs and they'll put it on Facebook and say this person did this, and this person did that, and everyone's like on their side saying the other person was shitty. But whenever I do it, whenever I call someone out on their bullshit on Facebook, I somehow get made the bad guy. Like, there was one about a transgender, male to female. And I remember, I agree, like in roleplay or whatever, I agreed to be her boyfriend, like as my persona. This was on my roleplay account. So I agreed to be her boyfriend in the roleplay. But then I found out that she was cheating on me. And also cheating on a bunch of other people as well. So I called this person out for, you know, cheating. And all people could focus on was the fact that, oh, you're a transphobe. And I'm like, but that's not what it's about. I'm not complaining about them being trans. I'm complaining about the fact that they cheated on me. But I got shit on because I was calling out a transgender person for being a cheater. And it's like, what the So I had to take down the post because it was like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm just calling this person out on the bullshit. It's not about what they are. It's not about the race. It's not about their gender or sexuality. It's about the fact that they're a shit person, just in general. So, but I'm the one who, like I say, got penalised for that, and it's like, okay, whatever. Yeah, I'm the most racist, transphobic, LGBT-phobic son of a bitch in the world because I call people out on their bullshit. Very cool. Apparently you're only allowed to call white people out on their bullshit, but even they would find some reason to turn it back on me. Like I say, I'm the oddball, I'm the this, I'm the that. We'll see. Do you guys want to know? Because I could just quickly have a look now and come back to the stream. Don't go anywhere, we'll see what happened. I'm going to see what happened on Facebook because I posted it ages ago. I'm going to show you guys. Wait, say when I no. Just because you weren't scared to speak out. This person was not a transgender dude. The one in the shop. This is just like a random piece of shit on Facebook. Random piece of shit. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. No, we've not got any backlash so far.
yeah, it's okay. At least for now. I mean, I've not really checked the town group yet. I will keep lookout. Like I say, whenever I out people, I'm always the one who gets fucking penalised or outed, so. Yeah, no, it's disgusting. You could ask me one thing. But then I really must end the stream because it's like 109 minutes long. It's quite long. I've covered like it. I think I've covered everything so far today. Whenever I stop the stream, I always think, oh shit, I should have mentioned this and that and the other, but well, I'll try and stream another day. Most likely, probably, when I go to the other supermarket. You know, the other one. Whose name I shan't mention. I feel oppressed in this world, I honestly do. So I can't speak out about nothing. I'm the oppressed one now. I mean, all these people complain, women, minorities, they rule the fucking world now. They're not oppressed at all, we are still. We are now. Sorry, the tables are turned now. We're the oppressed ones now. Well, I am anyway. I don't know about other people. As far as I know, yeah, because like I say, they get lots of people complaining about how they, you know, we're the evil ones, so we don't get listened to now. Sometimes, I know this might sound silly and crazy, but sometimes I wish I was a minority, because then when these people come at me, I can say, oh, it's because I'm black. Or I can say, oh, it's because I'm gay that they're doing this. And people would be on them like a ton of bricks. And they'd be on my side. But because I'm none of those things, I can't say anything like that. All I can say is I'm being bullied. Or, you know, they're weird shaming. You know, because apparently I'm weird. So, the only thing I can say is they're being wolfist. They don't like being a wolf. And be wearing ears. Or the furriest. They're just bullies. It's disgusting. Like I say, I'm being bullied in a world where supposedly everything's acceptable now, and you're not allowed to bully anyone, and you're not allowed to discriminate against anyone. If you play the victim, you'll be the victim. Well, do you know what? Victims win these days. If you act the victim, you get listened to. If you act like a strong, independent woman, you get nowhere. Ask my mum. She's been strong for years. Do you know what? I should tell her to make a YouTube channel. She has some stories. Like, she poo-poos, like, me doing YouTube and stuff and says it's sad and whatnot. But that's the best way to get through to people. Like, she really wants to get through to people with her stories and stuff and her views. This is the best way to do it. I'll encourage her to do it. Yeah. She'll be very popular. Yeah, right. She's not popular in life, so why would she be popular online? In real life. Yeah, you can ask me a question. Autismo doesn't know what he's talking about. Black people played the victim. Gay people played the victim. Look where they are now. Have you seen where they are now since playing the victim? We got marches. We've got Gay Month. We've got Black Month, which apparently now coincides with fucking Gay Month now. So apparently in America, June is Gay Month. We've now got Black, whatever, Lives Matter. All lives matter, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. I don't care. Like, they've got this comic thing, this strip, where this person's hosing down a house that's not on fire, but the house on fire they're not bothering with. And they compare it to that. I'm like, it's nothing like that. Like, what? Like, this is the analogy. All the houses are on fire, but they'll just focus on one house. That one house is gays and blacks. Oh, there's two houses. One is gays. That house on fire is blacks. But all the other houses, they're whites, disabled people, autistic people, people like apparently me who, because everyone keeps saying I'm mentally disabled or whatever, right? They're all on fire as well. But we're only going to focus on the gay house and the black house. We don't give a shit about white people. We don't give a shit about old people. We don't give a shit about furries. We don't give a shit about disabled people, either mentally or physically. We don't give a shit about those people. We only care about gays and blacks. You don't matter. You've had you white people, you've had your time now, You know, we don't give a fuck about you anymore. You know, you used to rule the fucking world, so now it's these people's turn, and it's your turn to suffer now.
That is not how it's supposed to be. That's not what we're fighting for. What we're fighting for is equalness. This world is not equal. You can call it equal if you want to. You can say it's the best era. Fucking not. All that's happened is things have swapped. Now, white people are down there. Black people and gay people are up there. Just like before, it was white people up there and straight people up there, black people and gay people down there, or other minorities. They don't even give a shit about Chinese people, you know. Who cares about them, apparently? There's no Chinese lives matter. It's just Black Lives Matter. That's all we care about. All we care about is that. All we care about is gays. Like, again, they only wanted to be equal and accepted. They got that. They got it. But instead, they had to take it just a tiny bit further. And no, we don't want to be accepted anymore. This is the gays and blacks now. We don't want to be accepted anymore. We want to be your gods and rulers. That is how they are now. We've got to do marches. You know, you don't see disabled people. You don't see old people. You don't see furries going on about, oh, we want to be accepted more and we want shit to be better for us. They don't do that. They just stay in the feckin' shadows, don't they? Accept the shit. They just accept people coming down on like a ton of bricks, you know, feckin' high curbs and shit everywhere. Oh, no wheelchair people allowed in there. White people are also accepted it, because if they don't accept it, they'll be seen as racist and, oh, we can't have that. So we've got to pretend. Most people are pretending to accept this shit, you know. More people are angry than you think. There's more angry people now, white people, but they daren't say fuck all because they're too feckin' scared. They're the oppressed ones now, not them. They're going up. They're no longer the victims anymore. They're the big I ams now. And I'm no way racist. I'm no way homophobic. I accept all people. But it's just gotten ridiculous in this day and age because they've already had acceptance. Yeah, you may get the odd racism. Like, oh, you know, you're black. Or maybe a few race stereotypes or gay stereotypes. Big deal. Do they hurt you? No. You getting fucking killed? No. People get killed all the time. If a black person gets killed, yeah, big deals. White people get killed. Chinese get killed. Asian gets killed. Nobody gives a shit. Black person gets killed. It's like, the world has to end now for a time being. Like, I don't know the situation, but what if this black person was doing something wrong? What if he was breaking the law? Or doing something really bad that all that they could do was kill him? Or maybe it was an accident. I don't know. I don't know the situation. But I'm just saying, if a black person does commit a real crime, we can't prosecute him now because, oh, that's bad. We can't do that. I have no clue what the situation is, but I'm sick of YouTubers. Every YouTuber I see now, they have to acknowledge it. They have to acknowledge it all the freaking time. Like, oh, we're in a battle and we're in a war or whatever. I'm like, you don't know war, mate. Besides, it's nothing to do with you anyway. The appropriate people are sorting it out. That's all that needs to be done. It's not our fault. It's not our fight. I know you can say, oh well, you know, things aren't our fight, but we have to be involved in them. Sure, do that, but you don't have to stop your life for it. Okay, that's stupid. Because one YouTuber was saying, oh, I shouldn't really be doing videos like this because there's more important things like this black thing going on, this black bloke been killed and I'm like, yeah, but it's nothing to do with you. You can carry on doing you can go on with your life. It's nothing to do with you. It's not like you're personally responsible for it. But that's the thing, a lot of white people feel personally responsible even if they did nothing. Like my mum also says that we, the modern white people, were not responsible for slavery back then, and they keep banging on about it as if it's our fault. And I'm like, that was 1,000,000 years ago, mate. Those people are dead. We don't do this now. Move on, please. Like you guys keep telling me to move on. Move on. White people are not evil no more. Again, you get the odd one that's racist. Like, who cares if someone's racist? Like, does it really matter? As long as they're not killing people because of their race or being nasty to them, they just think it and say maybe the odd thing. I don't see why that's bad. It's their opinion, they're entitled to their opinion. You keep banging on about how this is a free country and a free world and free speech and all that. No, it's only free country and free speech when, you know, everyone's agreeing with you. Social justice warriors, that's it. Again, people think this is a free world, but it's not. It's a Hitler state, just like it used to be. It's just different, that's all. It's different. It's not the same. May not be gassing people, but, you know, it's the same thing. You have to think this way. You have to do that. They're still controlling us, so... Yeah, no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it's a free world. It's an agenda. It's an agenda. Like these fucking agendas, you know. Like, what is that agenda? It's like, you know, you're not a boy, you're a girl. Fuck's sake. We want supremacy over Hawaii. We were all slaves at one point in history. I know, right? What's good is bad and what's bad is good. You are popular online. You've so much interesting stuff to share. Also, people in London, we in the north, do not exist. Yeah. I do want to make videos about this stuff. I think I'd become even more popular. Like, you know, it's just like a few people watching these streams, but like if I actually titled the video certain things. See, I was going to make a separate channel for stuff like that, but I thought if it's a new channel, people might get the wrong idea if I start talking about stuff like this, so I didn't really want to start talking about controversial stuff on a new channel where nobody knows me. Like, you guys know me, so you know what I say makes sense, but other people, like new people, might not. So that's why I'm scared to make a new channel. I know I should really, but... because I do want to broaden my audience, to be honest. The Nazis never lost. They just reinvented themselves. Yeah, they've been replaced with something far fecking worse. Like, to be honest with you, Hitler wanted a better world in some ways. I know he did a lot of bad stuff, but he wanted a better world. Like, in some ways. But these people, I mean, yeah, I suppose these people are doing, like I say, they're doing the same thing. They think this is the way to get a better world, but it's not really. It's just reversed. Like, before it was white males that were in charge. Now it's black, feminist, gay people in charge instead of white people. It's just like the roles are reversed, that's all it is. And it was one men in charge, now it's women in charge. It's just reversed itself. There's no equality. It's, like I say, it's just replaced it. That's all that's happened. And people like me are still oppressed. I'm still oppressed. Like I say, people say don't act like a victim, but I've tried all that shit. I've tried all that shit. You know, I've tried being like strong and saying it doesn't bother me and shit, and you know, it does. I mean, I want a better world as well, just like everybody else, and I'm trying to make it a better place with any way I can. I give to charity. I'm doing these videos. I try and talk sense into people. Talk sense into people. That was a good one, but that's the one that's the bad sound. It's like a scratchy, clicky sound. It's horrible. Kind of hurts a little. That's his name. So that's it then. Suicide. The truth comes out on the suicide by cop individual after the riots. Globalists. I want to be in on that. I want to be a propaganda person. I want to be like, yeah, I'm going to propaganda you lot with my sense. We always used to say that if me and my mum were in rulers of the world, you know, in charge, you know, we would definitely sort the place out. Like I said, I should have become Prime Minister like I said I was going to. I did when I was a kid. I said I should be Prime Minister. But after my mum told me what it entailed to be a Prime Minister, that's when I decided to cop out. You make more sense than Nigel Farage, and he was invented. Oh wait, Actually, no, Nigel Farage was a good one, wasn't he? What's that person called? The one that looks like a homeless man. Ugh. The skinny one. Remember we said skinny people should not be in power. I haven't had a drink for hours. I'm going to die in a minute. Oh my gosh, I'm still at 3 likes even after all this. That was like hours ago. Oh yeah, a lot of my streams are now getting dislikes. Probably social justice butthurt snowflake people coming and disagreeing with me. Probably because I talk about Hitler. Oh my goodness me. These are not cooking very good, you know. I'm not happy with these at all. I'm just going to do them for a bit longer, but I don't know. They're not cooking, but they're dry and like they're overcooked, but they're actually undercooked. It's weird. Look at Rutherford. He is wonderful. Yes. If you want to know my opinion on that, be prepared. Special snowflake. The offending of special snowflake warning. Alert. Offending people alert. You might get triggered by this one. This country is a teeny tiny island. If you keep accepting foreigners, something bad's gonna happen. Possibly a natural disaster, like coronavirus. Forgetting about the fact that it's a possibility that somebody created coronavirus for population control. If it really is a natural occurrence, it's probably because I think China is overpopulated. So, things will iron out. The other bad thing about foreigners coming, aside from possible natural disasters to try and depopulate, to cull, all our countryside, more space has to be dug up and made into houses to accommodate all these foreigners, which means there are still more of our own British homeless people. Like they're not building houses for homeless people or trying to find houses for homeless people. Instead, they're trying to house all these foreigners. Can you see the problem with that? So we're going to just let all our own British people be, kept as homeless, but let's house all these foreigners because you know what, if we don't, we'll become, we'll be seen as racist. Again, another problem. That's where Farage, I think, is coming from with that. So you can grumble about him about that, but that's a smart move, as far as I'm concerned. Feckin' build walls. Let's do it. Let's build a wall. Let's boot him out. Just kidding. Now, the foreigners are pretty nice, but like I say, if you keep allowing new foreigners in, it will explode. It's like America is a huge country. Go put them all there. There's so much place on there that's probably unoccupied. They could all fit on there quite easily. This island is getting too teeny. It's getting too crowded now, so yeah. Needs a little bit of leeway. Also, I don't want to see all our countryside. That's why everybody wants us to leave here, so they can probably get this land off us, so they can home a bunch of foreigners. My mum said that, she said if we ever do leave here, we hope that like a bunch of Asian people will move in. That's what she said. Because that would piss off the neighbours. They'd hate that. But she said that would be our nice little revenge. Yeah, so friends. I met a really nice Polish man today. He's the one I told you about on the crutch, and he offered to help me with the bags. Very nice. I don't know. He kept trying to tell me where you live, but I couldn't understand what he was saying. Cinema Street. It sounded like he kept saying Cinema Street. Wow. Cinema Street. They took over USA 4 PP years ago. Imagine if they sent all 5 of our Brits back to what? I don't know. Us are the homeless, drunk, and mentally ill. Don't know. Who are taking our jobs allegedly? They're getting paid to do that. He wanted to evict the farm workers. Safe place. It's okay. If they already live here, it's fine, but no new ones should come in. And the other thing is, like, if they're doing the fraud thing, you know, where they're taking our money for benefit, you know, taking our benefits and everything, and then taking it back to their country, like that bloke admitted on camera on a TV program. I think it was one of those, like, something Britain, like Benefits Britain or something. That was it. And he openly admitted that he was diddling the system. He was coming here to get all British benefits and then taking it back to his country. And he was getting quite rich from it. And, you know, he brought all his his people here so that they could all get benefits, and that's all they were doing, taking it back to their country so that they could do this and that and the other with it. And it's like, they've just admitted it on. Now he should get evicted. People like him should get fucked off. You know, they should get booted. You know, foreigners that do that. If a foreigner is coming here just to get our benefits and diddle the system, boot them. Because you know what? They can get benefits more easily than our own British people can. Please excuse me. Oh, it's really funny. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, we're just about to answer it too. When these bloody things decide to cook, I've been trying to cook them for ages. Right, I'm sorry, it's been about 50 million years. I think I'm going to stop the stream now. I got about 7 views, but now it's back down to 2 again. Right, I'll see y'all later. Hope you enjoyed the stream. By the way, if you guys want to support me, don't forget to become a Patreon, like, comment and subscribe. I've noticed a lot of my fans and commenters, they're not subscribed, so that would really help. Also view my videos more because I get monotonized if I get more views and more runtime of people watching my videos, more watch time. I don't want to become demonotonized again. I've noticed a lot of my videos are only limited monotonized, which sucks. I'm not really sure why that is. But yeah, you can donate to my PayPal, or you can become a Patreon. That would be a big help. Oh, okay. Where did these come from? These shiny new thingies, spoons. I've not seen these before. Where did these come from? Still forgot to thank my mum for the chain. Like I say, do you know what? One more thing before I go. It turns out that I've looked. I got notifications from YouTube saying that there's been copyright claims. So people uploading my videos that belong to me, they're getting more views than I am. So I'm not benefiting from my video being up and being viewed by all these people. That really pisses me off. That someone else is benefiting from their fans watching my video on their channel. They've got like my video on that channel has had like 88,000 views. All I get is maybe a max 1,000 odd. That's all I get for my viewed on my videos on my channel. But on his channel, he gets, like I say, in the double digits thousand. Double digits thousand. Five digits. Which really pisses me off. And the high end of the... So, like I say, I should definitely take action on that one. But before I do, I'm going to direct all his fans of my video onto my channel, and then I'm going to report that video and get it taken down. So it's on my channel, if I can watch mine and benefit me, not him. Now, he's not imitating me, he's, you know, like I say, openly, you know, he just puts random girls' videos on his channel. And it's like, well, I'm not benefiting from that. So, that is shit. But like I said, I'm going to direct his 88,000 odd viewers to my channel, and then I'm going to report his fecking videos. How very dare he take my monotonizations, my views. Because like I say, it's the same video that's on my channel. My channel's only got a few 100 to 1,000 views. His, like I say, 88,000 odd. Well, like your randomness. Guten Bye. I'll see you guys.